think of it from this perspective, right? Like,
I don't want to sell anything on the dark web.
right, but like think of it like this. What I know, I don't know anything. Okay, let's just go back to I don't know anything. This is all hearsay. But
The question was how do you get, what is the dark web and how do you get to the dark web, you know?
or no, like what, like, and what I'm trying, like,
Or, no, and then we got into what does the dark web make profit off of? Like, what is the point
no,
of
no,
it?
but what I think what it gives you access to is like these things like this. Like, think about like someone steals the Mona Lisa, right? Like, okay, that might be too valuable. Let's say someone steals something from the Louvre, right?
That happened, not too
Right,
long
that
ago.
happened.
Yeah,
Where do they go and sell that? You obviously would have to sell that in the dark web. I feel like it's access to those rooms is what exists in the fucking in the dark web, right? Like
I'm not
things
sure if
like
I'm not sure if it's the dark web per se, but it's like it's a
what is that? Then?
it's called the black market.
But I feel like the black market exists in the dark web. Like you're not gonna have
I
like
think that's one of the places.
you know like you don't think like how I feel like I'm not too far off like, but I feel like in Russia or some like crazy place like they'll have like some Hunger Game type of shit like they do. Like, you know, they have, like, cockfighting rings out here. Like, Michael Vick got arrested for that shit, right?
What was
but
the
I think
thing?
about, like, in North Korea or, like, even, like, you know, Belarus or some shit. Like, I don't think they're putting prisoners in some Hunger Game type of shit.
No,
Like,
I forget where it was. Where I think it was Russia or old Czechoslovakia, where you could pay to be like a sniper and shoot at a town essentially, and you could shoot at human beings. You know, it's like, and it was in Russia. I think it was during the USSR days.
What is this?
Yeah.
And they're criminals?
No, it's like you could. You know how like people
Stop.
You know how like people go to Africa to hunt like lions and stuff like that.
Okay.
You could go to Russia
so safari.
at the
you know,
time.
No. You can't go hunt lions
It was-
anymore.
Well,
Like,
no,
this
you
kind of
could-
shit doesn't exist. Is that?
That still happens in Africa. You could pay to go hunt.
You can go hunt a lion.
A
I feel
lion.
like that's illegal. Aren't they like isn't that like protected species?
Dude, we're
type
talking
of
about
shit?
black markets. No. I mean, it's crazy. It's not good. I don't agree with it, and you shouldn't do that. You know, but in Russia, even worse, in like the 80s, I think, or 90s, like you could pay an extraordinary, but you were hunting essentially humans. You were a sniper, shooting people in a town.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, dude. It's like
I
again,
mean,
it's
if
like,
I really think about
it's
it,
like the conversation that we had the other day of like whether you think like murder is good or bad or things like that. And the idea is, to me, you know, it's like, well, everyone is capable of it, kind of thing. You know, it's like you're right. Either you think it's good or bad is a different question of whether you're capable of it. You know, seeing things like that makes you think like, what? You know? It's
yeah,
like,
I mean, I have seen some like pretty like messed up stuff on Instagram, even Instagram, right? Like in a public like page on Instagram. So if that's what exists on the dark web, I feel like that's like not that impressive because
I don't think that's the
I don't
dark
know
web.
what like I don't know I don't like I'm not going out there and accessing like you know shit, but I would assume like in the dark web is where you go and like buy like shit like you don't get access to. You know, I feel like I don't know, like a grenade or some shit. Like I don't know, like what like you know.
technically,
Oh, there you go. You pulled up an article.
Yeah. So technically, the dark web is just something that isn't indexed by
Emails.
Google and requires special software or access.
It's not
Most
that,
commonly Tor.
Not that deep web is your email box, dude. You get access to your email every day. That's the deep web. I get anything with authentication, right?
So like right here it says surface web. So like the surface web is like on an iceberg, what you see like the standard web.
I work in security.
World Wide Web, and then the 90%, which is the deep web, is legal documents.
Okay, so basically anything behind an authentication wall is
deep web.
Is the deep web, and the dark web is like
illegal info, Tor, drugs, 6%.
Basically a virtual room where you can go and access those different things.
Specific things, yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's not that like crazy, I guess. So like, yeah, I am sure they all exist. I feel like all these like Epstein shit was running on a dark web, like some backend
really
server rules. You know
you're
what I'm saying?
connecting
Like,
to some private servers.
Yeah,
through some,
so.
you know, so it's, it's like you're entering one, you onion, and you go into the So
do you know what I realized? Like you know how you can get really famous on Instagram? Is just you got to start spewing political shit.
That's not what we want.
I followed this guy and he had like 1,500 followers, and then now it's like month 2 and this guy has 50,000 followers, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. But he's been spewing pretty like, you know, like
hateful things.
I would say I
like
would
that
consider
representative that you showed me from Texas, the Colombian lady.
right.
Yeah.
It's just pretty like like say goddamn dude, like like
Take it easy. Dude.
it's like Jesus, like dude.
But you gotta remember, before he does that for a living. You know
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but also like I go and I kind of like edge on, like comment on some of the stuff. It's like okay,
Amen,
like, my whole thing is like you're out here just like spewing just stuff. Your point of view, let's just say it, right. Like I don't know if I agree with it. I don't agree with it. That's not the point. What I'm trying to say is like you're out here just saying all this stuff. Be about it. You know what I'm saying? Go run for office. Take action. Just don't tell your followers. Don't tell your followers to go do something. You do it, motherfucker. Like you fucking do it, and then you see how easy it is to change the system. You're out here from the fucking your comfort of your couch, and you're telling people to go change the fucking system. Like shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like you can't be trying to fucking convince people. Be like, oh, like. Go out and vote 3 times. No, dude, like, no, stop. Like, go run for office. See how hard it is to do it without, like, taking fucking money. Because it's probably nearly impossible. And then once you're in the position of power, think how hard it is to make change, bro. People don't, because people just want to fucking fight and not agree with you for mere fact they don't want to agree with you. Like, there's agenda, you know what I'm saying? Like if they're like, okay, I saw this video, right, about this whole like shit that happened in Minnesota recently, and this is a observer that lives in Minnesota, no political alliance and stuff like that, and what that person said, within hours of the shooting, what happened was there were these vans and these buses that started coming together. And people wearing jumpsuits that are like, like traffic stop jumpsuits, like a coat or something where it's like telling
the orange ones?
people, directing traffic stuff, to help protesters. Like what? There's organized groups that come in and like start to, incite shit. Like it's like whoa, time out, dude. Like that's like what are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? Like that is like you're inciting violence at that point. But I feel like this works on both sides, right? Like it's not a one side, other side issue.
Yeah.
These guys, these fucking people, like that go out and try to do this shit is like it's the problem. They just want to create chaos, and it's like, dude, like look, there's a lot of fucking problems, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, hey man, like we had a good shit going here, America. Let's just come back to the center of shit. And like let's figure the shit out. Like, dude.
The thing is, like,
it
just feels like those you ever like on the desk those balls that used to like get hit and it had like the kinetic energy kind of go
pendulum.
The pendulum balls.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it's like a pendulum ball right now. It's like we went from this side, and the other ball goes extremely this side. And
I think what's happening is people are fucking fed up with this like whole like left wing agenda of like just.
Well, people got tired of being told what to do all the time.
Yeah.
It's like they got tired of like being like too nervous about what they had to say constantly all the time. In which case, like and I think there's a lot of fuel that kind of added to those feelings. You know what I mean? So it's like it's easy to kind of fall into that side. Simultaneously, and I think what you also say, it's like I think people are also like fed up with just like the government as a whole of just saying, you know what, maybe these people don't actually have my best interests in my mind on either side, whether you're red, blue, purple, yellow, green.
I think people are overcomplicating stuff, and I think overcomplicating stuff by so much, right? I think we as people have to come back to what like basic fucking things, right? Like, you know what you want, Oscar? You want to be able to own a house. You want to be able to have a job that pays well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and people are too like lost in the sauce about some crazy ideas that are like way out there on both sides. And I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like this 53 gender stuff's not going to happen, and we're not going to deport every single fucking person in the world. Like, guys, like, this is not the fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it feels like we're focusing on the wrong enemies. For sure. Like, you know, it's like, well, it feels like, yeah, it's like, I don't know.
No, like, because, like, to be honest, right, like, I think that there will be a massive labor shortage if you know, like, deport everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a huge, like, I think California sees that, like even, like, when there was a strike of all those people that didn't show up, like, to farms and shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude, like,
food doesn't get... That feeds America. Yeah.
Yeah, like, those are very, like, oh, like, we'll have people do... No, we don't have that type of labor force, dude. You might have some, like, people that don't have jobs in West Virginia... Yeah. Or, you know, like, let's just say, like, some, you know, Kentucky or some shit. Yeah. But they can't come to California and work.
No one lives in Bakersfield to go.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they live in Los Angeles, San Francisco.
We are so huge. It's not like a small, you know, Germany or, like, France that has a problem. Like, dude, like, it's all... United States is massive. Yeah. But, anyway, dude, people in the middle need to come together and fucking, like... Not crazy, like, fucking, you know, like, socialist ideas. But not super, like, you know, fucking fascist ideas either.
Like, we just gotta relax. Like, everyone's gotta chill out for a second, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Like, there's this guy I follow on TikTok, and he's just, like, a surfer dude, like, from, like, Southern California or something, and he's like, you know what's ripping, dude? You know what's ripping? Just, like, a peanut butter jelly sandwich, man. This is ripping, dude. Like, that's what we need, dude.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta get back to that mentality. Yeah. Just relax, just chill. You know?
And that doesn't happen because, like, people can't fucking afford a fucking house, dude. Like,
you can't be relaxed if you can't. If you're in a fight or flight kind of state.
I think what's happening is also like, old people just fucking took advantage of us, dude. We are paying. You know what's happening is we are paying for all the shit that we did like 20 years ago. You know, they said, hey, just take on the deficit, right? They said, hey, print more money. Hey, 2008 financial crisis, bail these things out. You are now seeing the effects of all those money printing business, all those like things, wars, all the Iraq war. We're seeing the fucking fallout of that now. From the dollar being so expensive. This is what happens when you print fuck ton of money. The next generation suffers because they can't afford a fucking house. Like, this is what you... Like, this... Because eventually...
I'll be honest, I couldn't afford a house before we printed all that money.
No. You know, but you could have... What you make right now, dude, like, if you think about it, back in 2006, 7, before we went to war, let's say 2001, you could totally afford a house of what you're making.
Right now.
Yeah.
But they don't pay... my job.
Even if you scale it back then, like even if you scale that back then, you should be totally able to afford a house easily.
I'm not sure about here in
California. No, easily, dude. I'm telling you, like it's just like it's not the same. You know?
My dog's chewing a bone next to the door. It sounds like she's trying to chew through the door.
But simple times, dude. But today's still the best time in history to be alive. I say still, you know, still to this day, I would rather live today than in the 1700s. I'll tell you that. Or even the 1500s. Like, think about it.
We would have had a bad time.
Like, think about it. If you were living in the fucking 1500s. Like, no, you know, people say, like, the good old days. Nah. It's always, tomorrow is going to be better.
You know, I was thinking about, like, the other day specifically was, like, the invention of, like, toilet paper. How... people before used to use a rope to wipe their butts.
Corn cobs.
Yeah. And it's like a bunch of, like, a stick to wipe your butt and everything like that. Like, it needs to be like in a public space where you share it with folks. And I was thinking to myself, like,
I feel people use water, dude. Stop. Like, I feel like somewhere along the way we lost the way, dude.
But what if
I feel like bidets are the fucking way to go, dude. Well, America, wake up, dude. Wake up.
We're behind. Like, just... That's when I knew we were behind. You know, like you go to Japan and you experience one of those
I just can't. I
high end heated seats.
I just like I can't.
It's perfectly like a red dot, dude. It was like Delta Team Squirt right there, dude. Taking everything out.
I can't argue with somebody that's unwilling to understand that concept. Like, if you are still arguing with me about how this is like more if wiping your ass with paper towels more like cleaner than like just using a bidet. Yeah, I lost.
You're essentially taking a shower just on your ass.
I lost you. I can no longer have a like conversation with you because you think down here and I'm thinking up here, and we're in different fucking wavelengths.
How expensive are those? Like, are those toilets that expensive?
Mine's $36, dude. Well, mine doesn't heat, but you can probably buy a heated one. No, you're searching for like a. Just search for a heated bidet. Stop. 23,000.
25,000 for one.
No,
but this one, this one's also
you don't need that, dude. You can get that one for like go back. You can get a cheaper one.
This one's at 1,200. It's not bad.
No, you don't even because this is a whole toilet, dude. You're not looking for a toilet. I feel like go down. You can just can get cheaper.
No, I want a whole toilet.
But that's not what you want. You just want the toilet seat that's heated.
This is the whole toilet one, dude. This is like that's like the Japanese versions, man. That like gets you all.
You don't need honestly like okay too much. Just get a bidet, dude. It's $39 at Home Depot. Dude.
$76.99 for the.
It's so much easier to install. Like your life will change. Your life will change,
dude. $1,000 for a smart bidet toilet. What does it do? What does it do that yours doesn't? That yours doesn't.
Just think about this, dude. Like it has 4.9 stars.
Autumn. You could change the colors of it.
The water that's coming out, the colors change to different fucking intensity.
Powerful and water saving. Built-in water tank. A siphon flush. A powerful jet flow.
One of my funniest like comedy skit I ever saw was
dude, you got a front
Ron
wash?
White.
I'm sorry. You have a front wash, you have a rear wash, a movement wash, an H&C wash, soft washing. Yeah, so not only can you wash your rear, you can wash your front as well.
Yeah, it was for the
Oh, for the ladies?
Yeah, for the ladies.
I see, I understand.
Yeah. So
and not for your wiener. You gotta keep everything clean, man.
Dude, okay, you want to see something funny?
We all get UTIs.
My son, dude, like, is just fucking like he's 4 years old.
Yeah.
This kid, we were at we were at a hotel somewhere. I want to say we were in like Mexico or something. This was he wasn't 4 back then. He was probably 2.5. He went to the bathroom while I was like peeing and turned on the bidet and it just shoots upwards. I was like, dude, turn it off. He thought it was so funny. He's like, I got you, Dad.
Now you got to worry because he didn't go back to it every time because he thinks it's like.
No, but bidet is a game changer, dude.
Dude, you can get a built-in one though, you know. Look at the angle. Look at the mathematics behind this.
When I sold a house, I just left it there. You know, because you know what I thought? I could take that one because I had one, and I could have taken mine. I had that one. I could have taken that with me.
Why didn't you take it?
Because you know what? I thought about some things in life. Like I feel like you gotta let the next person like experience life.
I'm not sure if I would be like
sharing the bidet.
Yeah, low key is like yeah.
No, but you're not gonna uninstall it. You're gonna use it once. Then you might get a new one afterwards. But you will use it once. Honestly, that's the first thing I do when I move into a new house is get a brand new toilet seat. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure. I wouldn't fucking use it. I should
have just taken it.
They just left behind a fucking expensive toilet. They threw it away, dude, for sure.
No. There's some bidets where it's like, you know, like the little fucking thing that squirts water. It goes in.
This what?
Like so, dude. So. Okay.
Oh, it retracts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And it stays clean, so it has a shield.
Like the Japanese
it has a
one.
shield.
Yeah, dude. Hold on, let's see how much the Japanese toilets are.
Dude, I was gonna.
What is this, dude? This looks like I'm about to take
alien, dude. Dude,
only $17,000, dude. Wow.
This is what like
this
is fancy. It probably closes the lid after.
Talk about like retracting it, like. It's a very tiny.
Does it come with like the squatty potty built in?
This thing is you don't even have to plug it in.
What do you mean plug it in? It's like it's on your phone, dude. Yeah. The water is more clear, dude. Like fuck.
You could literally drink this water.
After each. Oh, it self cleans, dude. Yeah. Of course. Like what the fuck? Imagine having a toilet that self cleans. That's luxury. You know what? You want to talk about some luxury shit in life?
A self-cleaning
toilet.
No,
this obviously is very.
I wouldn't want a gold toilet, but I would want this kind of.
Like,
toilet.
Think about this. Like, if you have this, You live in a house that's at least worth $10 million.
Or
You can't
really
no,
$30,000.
You are not gonna buy this toilet if your house is not worth $10 million.
Hold on, hear me out.
I can't, dude.
Let's say you live.
Your toilet can't be 10% of your house.
Oh, hold on, hear me out.
That's your down payment.
What if you have like IBS? You spend a lot of time in the toilet. It's a very principal part of your life, kind of thing.
No.
I would invest in that.
No.
You could live in a modest house and have a wonderful bathroom.
I feel like my money is better used somewhere else. Like, I feel like, I could get the same level of, like, utility out. Like, my happiness is not going to be that much higher than if I go look at a $1,200 one.
I guess so.
Go give me, like, how much, like, because
they're selling on the self-cleaning piece.
Think about this. I measure my happiness on how much happier am I going to get if I take one other one, right? Like, so, like, think about it like this. If I go buy if I want to buy like a fucking, like a $100,000 something, right? Mm-hmm. A house, and I look at like a fucking $90,000 house, and the $90,000 house is a little bit worse, but it's $10,000 cheaper, right? So is the little bit thing worse? Does it make me $10,000 less happier? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how, like, you know what I mean? Like, opportunity cost, like, difference in opportunity costs, I guess. The orange ones, I just like the fact that like the toilet looks like a fucking alien ship. Like,
it just looks weird, but it's not that cool. I just clicked on it. And look, it's actually pretty dumb on the inside.
Have you ever used a flat toilet?
Like the one that's built into the ground, you mean? Yeah.
You've used you go squat.
Yeah.
You just fucking squat, baby. Like, people out here in the States haven't seen those.
Back in the day in Mexico, you used to still find those. Not anymore, so nowadays, But like, also, like, if you're in the ranchos and everything, so you just go and, like...
Oh, yeah, I mean, just take a shit in the bush.
Field.
Like, it's like the same thing.
You go to the cornfields and dig a hole.
Yeah.
But...
Dig a hole, though. People don't understand why you dig a hole. Did you know that? You know why you dig a hole?
Tell me.
You tell me, dude. You tell me you dig a hole. You say you dig a hole.
Well, you dig a hole because it's like it has to be fertilizer and it has to go, and you don't want it to fucking smell.
No.
People step on it. Why do they dig a hole? Why do they dig a hole, Tom?
So, when you're taking a shit, squatting and taking a shit, dude, like, the shit can pile up. And then just touch your fucking... So you dig a hole, like, that's a place to land.
That can't be right. Let me see.
Dude, the real reason, that's the fake reason, dude.
It's to avoid unpleasant smells, dispose of human waste responsibly, and preventing water contamination, which I don't see how that works. But
leave no trace. Honestly, that's probably one of the reasons why I don't like going like outdoors and camping and shit. Is like I
like to leave my trace.
I just don't like to take a shit in like wilderness, dude. That's not one of my things. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest. Like, there's a lot of camping places that
nowadays, like, but like if I'm like, okay, I'm probably being like totally not understanding. Like, if I was going to Machu Picchu, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm pretty sure there's like a train that goes all the way up. So I'm sure there's like it's not that.
It's the same day travel event. Yeah, you can pee on the bus. The bus has a toilet.
Yeah.
I was watching this thing about Amy Poehler, going back to our earlier conversation, that every few years there's a generation that's like a savior generation. And they're saying that our generation is the next savior generation.
Is it? You think that's true? I feel like our generation is not that fed up yet. I feel like our generation is not the most fed up. I feel like that change happens because you have pissed off fucking people. But also, I think the generation after, like, I feel like AI is making people stupid. Like, I think everybody can come to an understanding, like, that's a true statement, right?
Maybe that's the piece where, like,
I feel like when you become stupid, you're not going to rebel. Like, you need to be able to rebel and, like, understand, like, what you're rebelling for. So, like, yeah, it might be in that sense, yeah, we are the last generation of, like, what's after us?
Gen X.
No,
And
we're
then Gen
millennials,
Z.
right?
Yeah,
What are we?
millennials.
So what's after us?
Gen X is not after us?
No. What's after the millennials? It's
Not Gen Z yet.
Gen Z.
No,
is,
Gen Z is like the right
yeah.
now.
No, Gen Z is millennials. Yeah. So
Millennials-
Gen Z, yes.
Gen
It
X. No, you're right. Yeah,
No,
Gen
so
Z,
Gen Z,
then.
yes.
Gen
so
Alpha.
Gen Zs are gonna have to fucking like get their shit together.
Do you imagine being called Generation Beta?
No. So like the world hinges on these Gen Zs to get their shit together and figure it out, dude.
Do you think it's them or no? I think it's gonna be us.
No. Maybe it'll be us. Maybe the responsibility will be put on us. But I feel like a lot of people within our generation are gonna figure it out. I think we're gonna be the people in power, and once we have power, we're not gonna let go. Like, we're still gonna be corrupted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you think we're as bad as like the baby boomers?
yes. Because that's who raised us.
Not
You know what I'm
Generation
saying?
X. Yeah.
But I feel like the hurt is going to be a lot harder from going back. I feel like we are too corrupted with those ideologies of the previous generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the hate still exists in our heart from the previous generation. That's hard to get rid of. Like, I don't know why, right? But that's facts. I'm not out here trying to tell you like what's right. But it's true,
we live through a lot.
right? But I think we're going to be in the position of power, and we're gonna fucking just like be fucking stingy, dude, because our time's coming.
We have a mix of the baby boomers and Gen X.
No. What's happening is there's going to be a massive transfer of power, right, in the United States. Because what percentage of the population is collecting? Can you get a diagram of like the breakdown of age group in the United States? No, not it. It is our time.
Right now, millennials are the biggest. Wow. So we've overtaken the baby boomers? Wow, we did. Yeah. So there's 74 million.
Yeah, but like the Gen Zs are not that far behind.
That is pretty interesting.
But here's the thing, right? Like, I think millennials have had jobs and have had the experience to like make it. Like, we are not going to be cut off. Like, what's happening right now is you're not the newer generation, right? Like, kids that are graduating college right now, think about it. So if you I would even say like not like the alpha, right? The alphas and the betas, right? No, the alpha. So think about it. Like, the later millennials. No, we're millennials, right?
We are millennials.
So no, the later what's after that? The Gen Zs.
The Gen Zs. Yeah.
So the later Gen Zs and the early alphas are having hard time getting jobs because of lack of experience. Right? Like, that's clear fact. What we're seeing is like basic entry level jobs. It requires like massive amount of experience, which is kind of dumb, because why would an entry level job have 4 years of experience, bro? It's an entry level. Teach me. Like, that's why you have a job. But like, that shouldn't be the case. That's happening because there is like more and more people in the later generations filling up those jobs up, because like there aren't more jobs available on the higher end because the older people aren't retiring yet. But what's happening now is older and older people are starting to retire. Slow, but we're starting to see like people retiring, people like that are like, you know, my parents' age. You know, they're slowly letting go of power. Like, you know, in a couple more years, Warren Buffett is gonna fucking kick the bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's a transition of power that's happening. And we are effectively in those positions to where I think we are going to take power, and we're still corrupted by the generation before us, that we're just going to hold on to it. And the Gen Zs and Gen Alphas are going to have to fight for that fucking power.
We're just going to hoard it all.
Yeah,
We're
no,
not gonna
100%.
die and we're going to live longer because of science and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I feel like, and sadly as it is, I feel like that's just severe nature of power. You don't want to give it up once you have it. But I think that's who is going to hold power next. I do not think it's going to be generation before us. Think about it like this, right? Like,
well, they already have a smaller population than us.
They have a smaller population, and they are like they're going to retire. Like the baby boomers held the power for too long. They're already getting out of their prime.
Yeah.
Versus us, we're getting into our prime.
Well,
like we will start to hold leadership roles.
Yeah. Like this money will start to transfer.
Yeah, so it skipped a generation, right? It skipped a generation, and it went to us. It will skip maybe this generation, and it will impact like the Gen Alphas. These guys might still make it, right? I think Generation Z might make it because, like, you got in there before the rise of AI. Maybe you were like, maybe you caught the tail end of AI.
Yeah, so like you're still could be born in the 19th.
Right. So like you may, but so it might skip them. But the Gen Alphas, they're gonna have to fucking fight for that power and take it from my fucking cold dead hands.
Do you think at that point, like, we'll just be controlled by robots? Like,
I don't know.
want to like push that to like make.
I don't know, but Gen Alphas, that generation isn't that smart. Like, right, the what do you call it, the rate of the graduating students that are coming out are testing lower and lower on schools and stuff, on academics and things like that, right? And maybe it's the use of AI. They're just, becoming dumber because AI is doing a lot of the work. Whatever it is, that's the effect that's happening.
But that's still Gen Z.
No.
If they're graduating high school, that would be Gen Z.
Gen Z's already graduated high school.
No, they could be born from 1998 to 2015, meaning 18 years is 2012. So it's like the tail end of it.
Okay, so yeah, those guys.
The tail end of Gen Z.
So these guys, and then the ones after them are really gonna have to fucking
step it up,
figure it out, because
unless we save them.
But dude, that's not how
we're the saviors.
That's not how that works.
But Bor, I just told you right now, we're the saviors of the world. Not you and I specifically, but millennials.
Because think about it like this, right? Like, once you have power, dude, it's hard to let go. I don't think it's a problem of like.
Hey, do you think you think by everything that's going on right now, like subsequently we're going to start like another world war?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think a world war is going to happen. I feel like everybody knows what like everyone's capable of. I feel a lot of countries will fight through proxies. I do think what's going to start happening is like mass consolidation, like it does in corporate America, where these giant powers are going to start taking like. We might end up with only having like 7 or 8 countries in the next 100 years. But that's it. Like, we will have 8 countries.
Like, Europe will become one.
Europe will become one. Like, you'll have Russia that controls, like, Russia and Eastern Europe and, like, Mongolia and shit like that, right?
Imagine Africa.
And you have China that controls, like, China,
Taiwan,
and Australia.
To become one, they would become a...
And then you have, like, India that probably will expand to the Middle East and, like, that. And then Africa will probably be one. And Americas will be one, yeah.
That's also... I have a theory. There's something called the Reinhardt theory, which used to say, I think I've told you about this, that if you connect from like Russia down to like the Indian Ocean, like that there's a strait right there. Here, I'll show you a picture of where.
Because why would consolidation not happen? You know what I mean?
This is the Heartland theory. If you hold this area, you hold almost all the resources in the world. A lot of it is Russia, part of China.
Minerals. Well, that's before. This is before the discovery of South America.
This was written in 1904. No, it was written in 1904. They knew of South America, but it was not a. They thought it was like peasants and Indians.
No. I feel like this is so not true. I feel like now is because like
this was a theory, right? Back then, right? This was just written on, and what they argue is that a lot of like Russian. I guess geopolitics in the 50s and 60s was based on this theory of like why they wanted to get into Russia, Afghanistan, why they wanted to get into this part of the world and things like that.
I mean, this whole thing starts to fall apart real fast because like
ultimately they weren't successful. So I mean, like it
because matter. I also feel like this area, well, it has like there are other things that are important. You know what I'm saying? Like cobalt and like fucking things that like there are technologies that are available now that they had no idea about fucking in 1904 to even imagine what resources would be available in the distant future. Like
100%. Yeah. Nepal was part of this, though. You would have fell into this Heartland theory. Though, yes, 100%. Like, this was before, like, a lot of other innovations and inventions. And, well, this was 1904, so even gasoline wasn't even, like, a huge thing. Oil really was, look at, like, Saudi Arabia is not part of this, right? The minute that oil became a major player, they just lost. Well, I guess they still have Russia.
I also feel like the thing with oil is, like, dude, like, we don't know what we don't know. There could be way more oil in this planet than what we have discovered, too, right? Like, we haven't discovered all oil in this planet. We're discovering new oil every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what if, like, some, like on the Arctic up there's, like, a huge fucking thing of oil and no one knew about it? Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there could be oil random. You could discover oil really, really deep. Like, let's just say really deep in fucking Europe. Like, let's say you go, like, 100 miles to the core and there's, like, fucking 10 billion oil. Fucking, I don't know. Like, that's a possibility. We don't fucking know. You've only drilled so far. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy to think of. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. I do think there will be consolidation at some point. I do think, like, bigger countries will start gobbling little countries up, dude. Like, it's going to start happening. Like, isn't that the ultimate? Isn't imperialism the ultimate form of capitalism?
Well, I mean, like, this was kind of a trip. I'll be honest. Like, I mean, like, honestly speaking about, like, everything that's going on with Venezuela and everything like that, it kind of feels like it just like it's maybe a regression back to, like, what old times kind of thing, and it's a challenge to, like, the idea of, like, I don't know, all the rules in the world exist because we've just agreed that they're rules. That's it. A rule is just because
you and I have agreed that
it's a rule. But the minute that you say, like, I don't want to follow the rule, when there's no repercussion and there's no way to kind of, like, enforce it.
Well, it's the enforcing, right? There's nobody to enforce rule when the rule fucking breaker is the biggest rule breaker in the world. You know what I'm saying?
That is that, which is a pro and a con, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, being that we're on as the U.S., I guess we're part of the bullies. But as a negative, on, like, as a critique, or maybe something that it could be fixed in the future, is, like, how do you safeguard against that, right? How do you make sure that the person who's in control doesn't remain in control, kind of thing? You know what I mean?
The longest period, peaceful period in the history of the world is known as the Pax Romana. Right? And it was at the height of the Roman Empire. The peace existed throughout the world when Rome controlled the entire world. Right? Like, and then again, that's, like, say whatever you want, you know, but, like
when there's one hegemon, one like, single power, there's generally peace. When there's two, when it's a bipolar society, or two hegemons trying to push
again, and I think I think it comes because, like, eventually you'll get to a point where, like, this certain group of people will feel marginalized and they feel like they need separate representation that it holds their value. So I think that's why it will never work when you have people that have different values and you try to take them over. If you're it will work if you're just strictly willing to just, you know, do what Genghis Khan did, you know, that type of stuff.
I don't think that's the case, because, like, think about this: the Romans had a republic, and they had their politics were opposing and different, but simultaneously they were able to. They didn't have anyone that could question them. There was no one, like, think about this as an enemy to come and kind of combat them and cause problems in different ways. Because an enemy doesn't just attack you with an army. They cause subversion within your community. Exactly what we were kind of talking about earlier, as far as, like, the media and the rhetoric that's kind of being pushed out. You don't think that there's people outside of this country who are benefiting from us being kind of divided in that sense and everything like that? You know, so it's a part of warfare. You know what I mean? But
they're on this map. This
you know, so but that's an aspect of, like, but what that means is that there's a battle for power in the world right now. Like, there's different hegemons, and I don't know if the hegemon is China, if it's Russia, if it's the Middle East, if it's
What okay, to that, right? Like what I'm trying to say is like, if you have, like, let's just assume, like, okay, let's just take this, right? Like, you need, let's say, let's just speak on America first, like, right? The United States just says, you know what, like, we're gonna just make this hemisphere ours. This is the fucking manifest destiny, like 2.0, dude. Like, this is what we're doing.
The Monroe Doctrine all over again, but
right, like this is ours, and then we let's just say we go and we make quick work of, like, you know, like Canada, we just take it over, like, you know, and we start heading south. Right, you sealed one side, and you're like, you know, we're gonna start heading south. So we slowly start taking Mexico all the way down, go all the way down to South America. Like, let's just say you do that, right? I just don't think that would work long term, because
you have too many different kind of. Yeah, that's the reason why all these countries exist.
Like, yeah. So exactly, right? Like, I think
Venezuela and Colombia, they were born.
It doesn't matter. I just think what happens is, like, those countries that were conquered start to get this thing of, like, hey, the bigger country is obviously only going to look for their best interest, and we are going to be left marginalized, right? Like, that's the whole issue. So for that reason, it won't work. It will only work if everybody decides to collectively throw their identity away and say, we effectively from today are, you know, I don't know, like a different country. No, there's no. Like, let's just say there's no country. There's no one country. We collectively are going to disband this name. We're no longer the United States. We're just
all Americans.
This is one.
We're all
America.
Americans.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's
and then everybody collectively accepts
North
that
or South America, Central America.
But you have to have collective acceptance of that idea.
Yeah.
And that's how you move forward. And again, only way that will happen is if we, as an entire species, get challenged by an external force, right? Like, if an alien comes in and says, like, hey, like, guys, like, we're gonna fuck you up. Everybody, I will tell you, tomorrow there will be no Muslims, there will be no Christian, there will be nothing. Everybody will be like, you know what?
No more isms.
No more isms. They'll be like, you know what? It's us
against them.
This got serious.
You want to die?
Like, they will come and exterminate your entire humankind.
Yeah.
So, like, and then it will become like, okay, like, maybe it was like all these things become very trivial, right? Like, because, like, oh shit, like, I'm a tiny fucking thing. Or they're gonna come back and just gonna, like, just fuck you up, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like.
Do you think it'd be like the War of the Worlds, though? Like, or it's kind of like some people are good, some people are bad. Some people, like, I mean, I guess there's always people who are going to take advantage of a bad situation, and there's always going to be people who are good in a bad situation, I guess, you know. But, you know, like, I don't know. Think of Tom Cruise in these situations.
I think, okay. What if, let's just say the aliens come tomorrow, and then they come and say, you know, guys, like, you guys, you know, we have, like, accepted, like, so we have been watching Earth for fucking, you know, 100 years, and you guys are, you know, qualified now to be joining the world fucking global fucking patrol. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are welcomed into the thing, right? But all you gotta do is, like, you know, like, just comply to this shit, right? There will be people that will be like, I don't want to comply, right? There will be some people, I'll guarantee you there'll be hundreds of people all around the world that will not comply to this. Right? And I want to explain this without like saying anything. It's like the mere fact that these beings from different around the world have somehow magically come here to Earth means they are 100 times technologically superior than us. We stand no chance in hell.
Unless we come together.
Well, not even come together. We comply to what they say.
We gotta come together.
No, it's not coming together.
You're already saying that you're already bound down? No, dude. Death before dishonor, my guy. Death before dishonor.
But think about, like,
they're invading our world.
No, listen. They're not saying they're going to take over the Earth. They're saying, hey, like.
Oh, okay. They're friendly aliens.
Yeah, they're friendly aliens, but they're saying, hey, like, you guys can't come and start killing us up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys there's some rules.
They just said, just chill. They're saying chill.
Yeah, but some people here be like, no, I don't fuck you. Like.
Well, are they making rules, though? They can't make rules against us.
There's no rules, bro. They're just saying, hey, like, this is what happens. If you go up there and start killing people, your head will just automatically explode.
Can we go to space still?
No, you guys are now part of this thing, and basically everybody to be part of this, you gotta, like, sign, like, this page, and you got
No, too many rules.
Too many rules?
Already, yeah. Straight to war. Straight to war.
Black and white.
Us against you, dog.
Black and white.
Yeah.
So you would not even just
Nuclear bomb.
No, there's nothing. Like, think about it. Like, think about this. Do you think a spaceship that's traveling through space?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out. That's what's
No,
gonna
but
happen.
think about this. Like,
Think about that. That's what's gonna happen.
A ship that's traveling through space that we didn't see coming. They would have to be traveling at a really insane speed of light, close to like we didn't see it coming. They came really fast, right? So if you're moving that fast through space, right? Think about this. If you're moving that fast through space, even a dust particle will create more energy than fucking 100 million atomic bombs. Because you're traveling so fast, right? So you're saying let's nuke them. These guys have technology that they can travel through space without having their ship blown up.
Yeah.
You think your nuke is gonna stop?
I think you have a real high expectation of the human society, man. I think that's gonna.
No.
I'm thinking like a Florida guy. He's like, he's gonna throw a fucking alligator if he could, man. He's like, hell yeah. The first thing he's gonna do is do like a. He's gonna do an Armageddon, dude. He's gonna send Bruce.
Chuck Norris, dude. Florida man.
Dude, Ben Affleck's gonna go up there and he's gonna ride the fucking, Armageddon all over again, dude. Aerosmith playing in the background.
I
don't wanna close my eyes.
I would think like they would try to fight back, like regardless of what happens.
The aliens?
No. Let's just say like we are like someone, we see someone coming. Let's just say we see a ship motherfucking coming, right? Because we will see unless they do travel at the speed of light.
What if they're hiding on an asteroid, like on the opposite side?
No, whatever it is. Let's just say we see them coming.
They ambush us,
right? We see this coming, and then the global leaders are like fucking getting together. They're all like, Trump and all like Xi Jinping and all these guys just get together and be like, yo, like Netanyahu's like, yo guys, like they're coming. What's going on?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think they're gonna be like? They're gonna be like, let's mobilize the nukes. Like, that's their what? Or are they gonna be like, let's see if they're hostile?
Oh, I think they're gonna ask first if they're hostile. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
You don't think they're gonna straight up like try to like nuke them out of like there's no question?
I think they're gonna be like
no questions, dude. Like no prisoners.
You're in my nautical area.
There's a ship of aliens coming. You guys are talking all this shit about fucking this and that. There's a ship, my man. They're coming here to conquer. They're coming here to kill us. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Our babies. The fuck out of here. What? Like, what? You would have a bunch of fucking pictures of aliens. Like, you could, like, think about it, the propaganda would be so high. Like, you would have, like, fucking pictures of aliens, and we would not even know what they look like. And we will have a bunch of pictures of them, like aliens, just like creating murders. And
What's
shit.
that movie in South Africa where they
District 9?
where they're like hella racist towards the alien. They put them in like favelas and like the shanty towns and everything like that. Yeah, and then they revolt. That's the whole thing. That's
dude.
what happened.
They're like, we're the fucking aliens, dude. Like, what the fuck? That's Yeah. My ship, dude. Like, the fuck.
It's like, you know what? We called mom and they're here to visit, dude.
That movie's like fucking gnarly, dude.
That's a trip. That's a good movie.
Isn't it? What happens is like they send some like platoon down here, and then we fucking just like capture them. That's a total possibility, right? Like they could send like a squad. Like let's just say, because think about it. Let's just say that there's like this big fucking gigantic space fucking galactic fucking organization, right?
For sure, it's like American, like Delta Force and Navy SEALs.
No, let's just say it's like
like
huge. It's like millions of planets, and there's this organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, we like notice Earth, like they're like, oh shit, like there's some humans there, right? They send in fucking Joe Schmo like to investigate. They're not gonna send in the motherfucking Hulk, be like Delta Team, to be like, yo, go investigate this planet.
Recon,
they're gonna,
dude,
you know, they're gonna send.
CIA,
They're gonna send like fucking Lewis and Clark, my dude. They're not gonna send in SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, not yet.
They won't give a shit about us. No. They did discover this planet. It's like, oh, like these monkeys have evolved into humans. Like, Planet 226. Oh, yeah, we visited this 10 million years ago. Like,
they've evolved very fast.
They evolved, yeah. Oh, we should go there. Let's send in Todd, dude. Todd's gonna go look. And these guys. And then we kidnap Todd, bro. We
gotta find Todd.
Think about that. Think about how pissed you'd be. Think about you as the Galactic Patrol, right? You send it like fucking. They sent in like Hernan Cortez, right? They send in Hernan Cortez to look.
And you capture
And then you
Hernan
capture Cortez. Cortez doesn't come home for years, dude.
Dude, it's like,
And they're like, yo, like, send in the Delta team to see what's going on.
I gotta do something about it.
No, they just say, hey, go investigate somebody else. And they send, like, another fucking group of people to kidnap and kill those. Because, obviously, you gotta send... I don't think, like...
These guys are savages. I gotta kill them,
Yeah, they'll do something to hurt them, you know? Unless, like, I'm just so beyond it, they're, like, just transparent. Like, they just, like, don't even have a body. Then we're just fucked.
Unless
it's all consciousness.
Unless it's like one of those like Apocalypse Now where these guys are just like they got they lost their mind and
they got
just
mind
like,
powers. They can like bend like fucking reality. Like it's over.
They just became
then you would never capture like the Lewis and Clark guy. It would be over. Them two alone can like if there's a real if there are people that are like reality warpers, it's fucked. If the aliens can warp reality, you're fucked.
Well, I mean, think about like with everything they're saying with like these
like a fucking
people,
Dr. Manhattan shit, like just like you're.
Maybe Marvel's not so far off. You know how they say that movies are just a reflection of.
Do you how well do you know superheroes?
50-50.
Who? So there's DC and there's Marvel comics.
Yes.
Who is to your basic knowledge of this, who is the strongest Marvel character that you know? And you can go off what you've seen. Like you've like so far, if you've seen what you've seen, Thanos on the TV.
No, I think ultimately it leads to being a kid.
What?
It's like a kid ultimately.
No, but like the characters, like do you know? Like,
yeah. I know there is one.
So there's you've probably seen the X-Men series, right?
Yeah, the guy with the fucking thing in the center.
Who?
The guy with the thing.
The Vision?
Vision.
No,
not Vision.
What are you talking?
There's another dude with the thing in the center that it like destroys.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So there's so Fantastic Four, right? Mm-hmm. You've heard of the show, like the movie.
Yeah.
So the guy, Mr. Fantastics, and his wife, the Sue Storm, like the Invisible Woman, right? They have a child, right? His name is Richard Franklin, and this guy is a reality bender, right? Reality benders are like the fucking level 10 fucking, and again, you probably the strongest mutant. If you look at it, it's probably like, Richard Franklin. Look for a mutant. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a child.
This is what I was saying. A child.
Okay. He's amongst the strongest of all of characters in the movies. Obviously, not going to like deities and stuff, but like this guy has a power to like kill like the strongest things in the universe. There aren't that many things that are stronger than this thing.
And the Invisible Woman.
Yeah. But Dr. Manhattan, right, is another one of those. That's a Marvel. That's a DC character. He's I think there's a movie called I don't know what the movie's called actually, but they made a bunch of movies about this guy.
Oh, the original so the smiley face.
Yep. There's a superhero movie. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah. They made an HBO one with like kind of like the same.
So he is he's a scientist.
Yeah. And
he gets a reality bending power somehow, like becomes Dr. Manhattan. He can he's stronger than Superman. Shit, But yeah, this kid, dude, he's Omega level fucking threat. Think about that though. Like if you can like change molecular level changes, then it's over. Like if you can just like destroy something at the microscopic level, like you done. It's over. You bend time, that's like what?
You control everything, kind of thing.
Do you?
It's so interesting. Yeah, I was a kid, but I don't know. I have.
Oh, dude, One Piece, dude. You gotta fucking get on this. I've been watching some One Piece season fucking Dressrosa, dude.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. It's been kind of a little slow, but. It's going on. It's hard. It's a very it's a slower pace, dude. You know.
What does that mean? Oh, because but you read it from the comic and the novels.
Luffy is fucking. He's in Elbaf right now, dude. The land of the giants.
Elbaf.
Monkey D. Luffy, dude.
The land of the giants. Elbaph. Elbaph.
So they take a lot of lore
Island.
from like mythology throughout all kinds of mythology, human mythology. Like, so Elbaph is supposed to be Norse mythology. So it's like the Jodelheim, and like like there's a character and he has a hammer like Thor, So.
So it's okay. So you have kind of like you see the similarities between.
Yeah. So there's a lot of similarities between like Norse mythology and this, and he does a very good job at like this kind of stuff, like
blending all these kind of cultures and everything like that.
Yeah. Like Luffy has a very strong reference to like a Hindu deity called Hanuman. He's like the monkey man.
Oh yeah.
So. So a lot of his powers are based after like his feats and stuff.
Hanuman is a revered Hindu deity, a divine monkey-like being renowned for his immense strength, courage, and unwavering devotion to Lord Rama. His divine nature, his Ramayana symbolism. He embodies bravery, loyalty, selfless service, and spiritual power, using his gifts for others rather than himself.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I mean, here's the thing. I feel like Hinduism has like 1,500 gods and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's gods for everything. Like the wind, the sun. Like there's different types of deities. Like it's very political. Like there's tiers within the gods. So there's like there's gods of gods, and there's people above him. There's like these like so it all spreads out from 3 gods. So like there's the creator, destroyer, and the observer. And then so the creator obviously creates, the observer sees like who's doing good and bad, and then the destroyer comes down to kind of punish like whenever the shit happens, and it's like a cycle. Basically, that's what happens. And then those are the 3, and then there's other gods, and then the deity comes in different forms. So like the observer comes throughout humanity in different forms. So he comes as like one time as like Rama. He comes different times as like Krishna. Like so he comes in various forms throughout life to basically bring about like when things have gone too corrupt, or like a king has become too powerful or something like that, right? Like he comes and like tries to bring balance back. And then these gods have like fucking like petty grievances all the time
Within themselves.
Yeah, they're very like Greek mythology-ish type of. I wonder when it started. Even like, so can you look it up?
Hinduism.
Yeah. Yeah.
It traces its roles to 2300 to 1500 BCE.
Yeah. So. I think one of the things that like a key point of that whole thing is like it is saying like an argument like this, right? Like God is all knowing, right? So let's just say God is like omnipotent, right? He knows everything, he sees everything, right? Then you essentially, by that logic, would not have a free will. The idea of free will does not exist. It's merely just choices that were placed in front of you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone knows everything, which you have said a God will know everything, then how can you have free will? You just have choices that he has placed in front of you, and you just choose. You have a mere like thing, right? So it goes into that idea of like, okay, like because of that, everybody is born to do a job. Everybody's born to do the purpose, right? And even people that are evil,
good, bad, or indifferent kind of thing,
are born with the purpose of doing that evil. Like that is their purpose in life. Like that is why they were born. And that's the whole premise of like, it's you are all because I am God, right? Like, because I know everything, right? Then you can go and like then you can start like validating different things, right? Like then like.
Meaning, like, if you were designed to do bad and you didn't do bad, that would be almost kind of like...
Correct. You're going against, like, because you have said, like, this God is all-knowing. Like, you said that, like, you know? So you've said, if someone is all-knowing, that means that you know everything that will happen, has happened, will happen. You are above everything. You are just, there's nothing that you do not know, right? You are all-knowing, right? Mm-hmm. So the idea that you can choose now becomes a moot point, because how can you choose when he knows everything? The choice has already been made. You cannot have, like, the idea of, like, choice goes away because you have already placed the idea that he knows it all. Like, how can you know all? That's a contradicting term, right? Like, you cannot know all and then also have free will, because then you obviously don't know everything, because you are saying he can make a choice that you don't know about. Right? Like, you inherently have to know everything. Yeah. So because of that, like, you are born to just do your job. So this whole concept of, like, it goes into it, like, in some of the things, but, like, there's this whole war that happens in one of the wars, and it's like this famous, like, thing is written called the Bhagavad Gita, and this guy, even, like, a bunch of people throughout history have used this doctrine as, like, a justification for what they have done, right? Like, good people, bad people, and so forth. But essentially, what happens is this whole war happens, and at the end of the war, like, you know, like, before the start of the war, like, the main guy, he questions God, saying, "Hey, like, well, I don't want to do this. Like, these guys are my brothers. Like, they're basically the war is between a family member. Like, so he's like, I don't want to kill my brothers. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, it's not." And the God says, like, "You got to do this. This is why you have to do it, because that is why you were born, to do this." And in the end, when the war ends, they're all going to heaven. Like, he lets everybody go through, even the bad people. And this guy is like, you know, hey, I can't just let you go because you try to question my judgment. You essentially questioned why you should do this, because it's predetermined for you to do it. Like, because obviously you were telling me I know everything, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's the whole point. Like, that's just what it. It's a predetermined faith, right? Like, I'm not a theologist, but
yeah, right? Like, it's yeah.
But again, it's it is. It's hard to say, you know, what's right and what's wrong. I think ultimately, like, you know, like, I think it is, you know, Buddhism is where it's at, guys. Like,
well, what I do find interesting is, like, Hinduism is actually technically the oldest religion that is known. Simultaneously, Hinduism does not have a single prophet or founder. It's based upon a synthesis, how it is described here, a synthesis of various Indian traditions.
Right.
So it's kind of an accumulation of human experiences up to that time, kind of, are explaining that, right? And it being simultaneously the oldest, to me, it kind of does feel like a sense of, like, well, that period of time's history is captured.
Right. I think it's like, I do think there's a lot of, like, bleed over that happens. Like, again, like, I think, like, again, like, you hear of stories, right? That's how these things work, right? Like, people hear stories, and stories are passed upon that, and certain variation of that story changes, and then, like, it is written and stuff like that. So even the Bible, let's say, right? Like,
sure, there's
Jesus didn't write the Bible, right? Like, let's like, it's not a autobiography.
It's a collection of different.
Someone else wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be
a collection of different.
Various people wrote this thing. So, like, inherently, you do not. It's not like. It's your interpretation of what he has done, and you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not, he did not write it.
No. Yeah, it's more like witnesses. Yeah,
Right,
it's
right.
like a bunch of witnesses writing upon the
Is there
stones,
a like, dude? Like, I'm like probably so dumb for even asking this, but is there like have they ever found something where like they don't know who the fuck wrote it? Like, is there a religious text that like, oh shit, we don't know who wrote this thing? Or like, there's like people know who wrote it. Like they're like, oh, like our prophet wrote it, or like, hey, like this guy wrote it. Like,
Well, I mean, they could. I mean, generally, yeah. I think they correlate it, especially in the Bible. Like everything is correlated to somebody. Yeah.
no, but like other religion, like the Moses, the Ten Commandments. Like, is that a real thing? Is there a fucking hieroglyphic somewhere that I'm fucking like?
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know about so much that.
Or like in Judaism, is there like I would assume like the Torah, right? Is there like who wrote that?
Moses. Let me make sure. I mean, that's kind of. Who wrote the Torah?
Stop! If it says God, I'm gonna walk out of here, dude. Like,
Moses.
oh shit, dude.
Oh no. Traditional Jewish belief credits Moses as the author, receiving the entire text from God.
But who wrote it, dude? Who put
Sinai.
the pen on paper, dude? Like, stop.
Torah, divine. God dedicated the Torah, including the Ten Commandments, to Moses. Yeah, it was Moses.
So he wrote it. So where was the first book?
While tradition holds Moses as...
Just stop, dude. Who wrote the first book, dude? Go up there. Like, if we're asking dumb questions here. Who wrote the first fucking book, dude?
Who wrote the... Well, I'm just going to say God. Moses.
No. He, like, dude, then where is it? Then ask the second question. Then where did he write it?
Oh, Mount Sinai.
Okay, where,
He got it from...
So there's there. So it's like there's there. So if I go to like Jordan, where is that? Jordan? Is that where it is?
Mount Sinai?
Yeah.
No, it's not there. Obviously now.
Egypt. No. Write it, dude. I want to dig in this.
Where is the Torah?
No, they're saying this guy wrote it. Where did he write it, dude? The fuck, like.
So okay. He didn't write it. He got it from God.
Stop. Someone had to write it somewhere for knowledge to transfer, dude. Like, where is the first one?
Traditionally, Moses received and wrote the Torah at Mount Sinai during his 40 days.
Okay, then someone who wrote it after him. Because someone had to write it, so it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, was it a game of telephone, dude? One guy was sitting there and still putting it back. What the fuck was going on? Like,
so most scholars believe that the Torah was composed by various authors over centuries, with the final version emerging later, possibly around the Persian period, 450 to 350 BCE.
bro,
Mosaic authorship rejected. This view rejects the idea that Moses wrote
fucking out
the
there
entire text.
1,500 years prior inventing religion, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, so I mean, but like I feel like it's kind of so like right here, like it kind of says like, well, Moses may have written part of it, but then other people wrote different parts of it. Going back to Hinduism, what I also found kind of interesting there is that the beginning pieces of it were very what they call pre-Vedic. I messed up. Sorry, excuse my French. Pre-Vedic, right? 1500 BC. So this is the beginning of Hinduism. So it's the Indus Valley civilization, ancestral worship, early traditions. Then the Vedic period, which is the composition of Vedas, rituals, and chanting. And then the epic, which is 500 BCE to 500 CE, which is like the epics like Ramayana.
That you gotta. If you ever have time, you should watch that. The Mahabharata. It's a fucking. If you ever think about Game of Thrones, dude, that is where it's at. Political fucking rivalries, like fucking.
I'll take a look. But this is also when the major deities were introduced, like Vishnu, Shiva, and Devi. So those weren't introduced in the
till later.
Yeah, which is interesting, right? Because they I know these are important deities now.
So what did they do prior? I don't know, dude.
Well, it kind of
rituals.
Makes you,
it was more so of I would say it was more so of like the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like they
didn't have like an actual deity dedicated to that specific kind of thing.
Right. I think those are more so of like we are gonna give like human like forms to these like idea concept.
So the Mahabharata, is that how you say it? Is talking about the post of the.
Click on this. Say, what is the story? It says right there. No. Go back. It says right there. What is the story?
What is the story? The Mahabharata tells the epic story of the dynastic struggle for the throne of the Hastinapura between two sets of cousins, the virtuous Pandavas, the Yudhishthira. I'm gonna fuck this up.
All of them, so the 5 of them.
Yeah, so the 5 jealous Kauravas led by Duryodhana, culminating in the devastating
Kurukshetra War, a
Kurukshetra
massive
War.
battle between two armies where principle of
Dharma.
duty and religiousness clash, ultimately resulting in Pandava's victory, but an immense loss, concluding Krishna's death and Pandava's ascension to heaven, while all waving countless philosophies and tales of moral lessons. I mean, dude, it's wild. So essentially what happens is, like, there's this king, right?
Shantanu.
No, so...
King Shantanu.
I think that's even going further back, right? But essentially just leading up to this.
Yeah.
So there's this guy, blind king,
Yeah.
right? He basically is the younger brother. He becomes king because his older brother is banished, right? So what So what happened is he is the older brother. He's blind. Because he's blind, the throne is given to the younger brother, right? The younger brother becomes the king. The younger brother gets banished, right?
Excellent.
And he gets exiled. So in the meantime, the blind brother becomes king. What happens is the brother that's banished goes and has kids. His firstborn child becomes the oldest member of the family and the rightful heir of the throne. But the blind king, the dad, is like, no, dude, like, my son is going to be king. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, and essentially that's the gripe of the whole situation. But it gets much more complicated than that. But, like, that's essentially what happens, right? And it's a struggle to get, like, they think they are the rightful heirs, but then he thinks he's going to just give it to his son.
There's something that says here the ultimatum. While the exile ends,
So basically, okay. So getting back to the exile. So what happens is, so essentially, like, they're, these two are fighting, but the dad's still not dead yet, right? So they're like, eventually, like, we're gonna fight. So essentially, they're like, you know what? We'll just fucking gamble. We'll just gamble, and then they end up gambling everything, and then doing this gamble, they cheat. The other team, like, fucking cheats, and, like, they win. Like, they beat the rightful heir people, right?
it says
And then and then the rule of the exile was you were banished for 14 years, and then you have to do 13 years, and then you have to do one final year in disguise. And if you're discovered in that final year, you have to go back into banishment for 13 more years. So essentially, basically what they're saying is, like, and then you can come and become king. Like, the throne will be yours. But essentially they finish the 14 years, banishment, they come back, and the guy's like, no, I don't want it. It's still mine.
Well, it says, like, when the exile ends, the Kauravas refused to return to the Pandavas' kingdom.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. So they don't want to give the kingdom. So he's like, I don't want to give it to you guys anymore. Like, my son's going to have it.
I see. I understand now.
And then
not meaning that he doesn't want to go back. He's meaning he doesn't want to give it back.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give it back. He's like, I'm going to be king. Like,
I see.
You were gone for 14 years. Like, fuck, like. And I beat you fair and square. He said, I beat you fair and square. Like, you lost the fucking game, dude.
It says the aftermath, the Pandavas win the war, but suffer immense grief. And then,
basically what happens is, so, like, think about it. This is still your family. This is a fucking family affair.
Yeah.
Right? So basically what happens is the king, they declare a war on the king.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody they know, so their grandfather, their teachers, all their cousins and brothers, they have to fight all these guys. They have to kill them all. So, and then these guys are like epic warriors, right? Like there's one guy who can't die. Mm-hmm. He has a
special power.
He has a power, and his power is he can't fucking die. And they're like, how the fuck do we kill him? Right? They're saying there's 3 people like that. So in this army, there's 3 people that can't die. Yeah. And they have to kill him. Right? And then it's a fascinating fucking tale about, like, what happens. I think Netflix is actually going to make a movie about this or something.
That'd be interesting. I was thinking about right now, like, how would this look like in a modern day tale kind of thing,
I would think this is, like, I think there has been hundreds of adaptation of this.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, this is, like, I'm sure you can find one that's an English version of this, like, But it is, like, it is fucking brutal. Like it's like holy crap, like they're fucking gambling degenerates, dude. That's what.
That led to like a bloodshed. Yeah,
Dude,
kind of thing.
he basically is like, so basically they're gambling. He's the oldest brother, the king, like, you know, like and he gambles his fucking brothers. He gambles his wife, dude.
Like, dude, I'll give you my wife if I win this thing right now.
Like shit, like
I risk it for the biscuit, dog.
yeah. So he
He sold his house 3 times just to place that bet.
right. But then what happens is like, basically that guy's God, right? The chariot person,
Yeah.
that's God. So God is on their side, you know, like that's the preserver.
Yeah.
So one of the 3 deities like that exist, he's one of them. So and he's on their side.
It's so interesting.
All right, dude, we got fucking late out here.
All right. Richie, good night. Thank you for coming. I think this is episode 40, man.
Episode 40, dude. We out here.
We made it.